Dale and Alta Dulaney, my grandparents. I never met anyone who didn't absolutely love them. They were a perfect pair, and both filled with love, caring, and kindness. They were also a ton of fun. Grandma had a quick wit and fiery green eyes that sparkled, especially when she was being ornery. Grandpa had a wonderful laugh and joyful personality. He never knew a stranger. Their house was my favorite place to visit, and this video gives a glimpse into that.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, Grandma. Oh my goodness sakes. Lisa Ann. I gotta walk away from you. We're gonna hit you. You're on candid camera. Tell her to get out.
Hello.
Hello. No. Janet. Lucille. Why are you so camera shy? I don't know. I am. Stage fright.
Lisa wants that so that she can show all the kids at high school her grandma.
No.
And her grandpa.
Yeah.
Here's my old
Let's face it,
grandma.
we're not in high school as far as
You
being
think it'd be interesting, Lisa?
Sure.
Sure they
And
would.
she's gonna sell the tape.
You make $3,000.
This is a story I wrote about my grandparents back in 2011. I loved all of their stories, and I wanted to try to capture those in a book, as well as tell about their love for one another. This is the tale of Alta and Dale. Meet Dale, a guy with blue eyes and stories to surprise. As a boy, Dale would hang out with his brothers and sister. They literally tied him upside down to a grape harbor one time. Once they even let a horse in the house. Maybe they weren't always good listeners. When their mother got home, she couldn't believe it. She said, "Oh, my land!" She stuck a stamp on Dale's head to send him away, and off he ran. Of course, he came back home later that night. A silly horse in the house wouldn't bring a family to fight. But fight on the field, Dale surely did, and he became a star football player with a helmet on his lid. He even went off with a scholarship and big plans to make. But being paid with just food made it hard to stay at Drake. From his little room, he would send his laundry back home to Mom in a box. And he didn't have a bit of money, not enough to scrape against 2 rocks. So he went back home and found the love of his life. He said she was the prettiest girl I'd ever seen, so I made her my wife. Now, Alta and Dale, they had a few disagreements along the way. Once they had a fight, and Dale gave Alta a bag. He had a game to play. She reached in and found a dog with a note that said, "This is how you're treating me." Next, she reached in and found a baby's rattle with a note that said, "This is how you're acting." Oh, she couldn't believe. Next, she reached in and found a beautiful pair of earrings with a note that said, "This is because I love you." Alta forgave Dale because she loved him too. Dale and Alta spent $12 on a room for their honeymoon at the Statler Inn. They even went to a World Series game where against the Browns, the Cards got a win. Dale and Alta would go on to have 3 kids, Becky, Jan, and Tom. Even though he was the youngest, Tom had worms and was the one the girls ran from. Eventually, the kids went on and had kids of their own, and those grandkids would hear the stories that would tickle their funny bone. They'd hear about the time that Grandpa and his crew went fishing at the lake, and when nothing was caught, they had no dinner, just ketchup to make. They'd hear Grandma read stories like Rikki Tikki Tavi and how Boots befooled the king in his tattered old hat. And once, when reading Little Black Sambo, Grandma scared little Ryan. He said, "Grandma, don't do your eyes like that." Grandma loved to play games with the kids like Rummy, Scrabble, and Hide the Thimble. But she'd make you run around the house to burn off energy if you got loud like a cymbal. And she'd say it very matter-of-factly, "Go outside and run around the house. We don't behave like that in the house." Both Grandma and Grandpa liked to feed their guests, offering cheese, a Coke, and the candy drawer before they sat. And Grandpa would slam down his glass, womp, toss them strawberry shortcake, and say, "Here, put some milk and sugar on that." But the sweetest thing in the house was always their love for one another. They even had a silent way of telling that to each other. 3 hand pats meant, "I love you." 2 pats in return meant, "Me too." They did that all the time in front of us, and we never even knew what it meant. They gave of themselves every single day, a love that would be passed on to next generations and never fade away. And that's the story of 2 lives lived well and a love that would never fail. That's the tale of Alta and Dale.